No. Hey, everybody. This is American Nana, and I just have a few thoughts, so I thought I'd come on and share them. I'm fixing to go into the digging into the Karen Reed case much further than, as I had said, I've worked on it, but I just haven't put it out yet. I've been doing another trial, got my attention there for a moment. Karen Reed, however, is it's going to be ongoing for a while. And I just wanted to say, I know that I am absolutely small potatoes when it comes to Karen Reed, the movement, support for Karen Reed. But I want to make it very clear, as I've said and will continue to say, so people can understand where I'm coming from. Um, I went into this trial as a juror would, and that is where I formed my opinions. My apologies. I get the yawns every time I get on here. Um, it's only 10:13 at night, and just finished my babysitting for the day. Or, well, I finished babysitting a little after 6, but and my eyes are itching too, so they're going to be all red because I've scratched them. Anyway, um, yeah, I finished babysitting about 6:15 this evening, but the Nana just finished, so it's 10:14. Um, But there's some things that have been bothering me that I've seen, and so I wanted to come on here, and I just wanted to say a few things as a Karen Reed supporter. After the trial, I started watching all the pre-motions because I didn't see them before the trial because, as a juror, you don't know what's going on in pre-motion. So I didn't want any information in my brain. I wanted to go in knowing absolutely nothing. So I've been going through the pre-motions and there's so much. I mean, it's like I could just there's so much I have to say, so much that I want to point out. And why do I want to do it? Because I'm absolutely unknown and a nobody. I am not one of the in crowd. I don't get these documents in the when Turtle Boy releases information or Melanie Little when she's releasing information, but I know that their information is correct. And then a day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever, after they've released the information, I end up stumbling on it and I can give my opinions. But let it be very clear, I live in Texas. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news because I don't trust the news. I don't trust the people that call themselves reporters. So after this trial, I've done a whole lot of digging, and part of that will bring you right to Turtle Boy. Turtle Boy is a little bit different than, well, I think, that's wrong. Turtle Boy is extremely different and unique in his methods. He is resourceful and he comes to you with receipts and he brings you the truth. You can't you there's no debate to that. None. You can debate, and I'm not gonna debate with you because there would be absolutely no changing my mind. My mind has been made up not because I know Aiden, Turtle Boy, not because I know LTL Media, not because I know Karen Reed, nor do I know Karen Reed's families, nor do I know the attorneys. So why does a little old person like me even bother putting my opinions on YouTube? Well, I do that in hopes that someone that doesn't know about the case will, I don't know, find their way somehow to one of my videos. And I think I'm very outspoken in most of them about my support for Karen Reed and my support for Turtle Boy. Um, to me, Turtle Boy is young enough to be my son, or old enough to be my son, or I'm old enough to be his mom, whatever. And I don't say that at all lightly, knowing that I'm just giving an age bracket. Um, I know that his mother passed. I know that it was a very hard time because of the situation he's in by being a reporter, or as people want to think they're throwing shade by calling him a blogger, which I don't care what you call him. I don't care if you call him a supporter. I don't care if you call him a blogger. What I can tell you is the man knows what he's talking about. And he does have bragging rights, and he flaunts them bragging rights. He has colorful language that some may take great offense of. Sometimes he gets off on a tangent about his personal feelings about people, and you may think that he shouldn't feel that way or he shouldn't vocalize his feelings that way. But the bottom line is they're his feelings and he has them for a reason. And if he so chooses to share them, okay. Do I agree 100% with all of his tactics or all of the things I've seen him say? Of course not. I'm human. Do I believe what he says when it comes to Karen Reed? 100%. I know. Um, sh- I know. Hold on. From my personal opinion, from what I have gathered and what I have looked at and what I have seen, I get my news about Karen Reed from Turtle Boy. And there are times that I get it from Melanie Little because I know that Melanie Little has met them. She is trusted, and she's probably somebody that they have said, "Hey, if you want the info as soon as it comes out, we'll give it to you." She can explain it where people understand it. But my bigger question is, why isn't mainstream media bothering to fight the fight for Karen Reed, for Turtle Boy, for the people in Massachusetts, that somehow they've forgotten is part of the United States of America because, um, I mean, really, reporters don't have rights there? Sources don't have the right to be protected? I mean, you guys sound like you're setting up for just just have a field day with whatever you want. Get away with whatever you want, not get caught. But the reason that I'm on here right now saying this is I don't know. I don't know the person. I haven't interacted with the person. I don't watch this particular person do a video. Um, but I watched The Young Jerks today. Mike Crawford was almost in tears because many of these people that support Karen Reed know each other. They might not have in the beginning, but they do now. They have a lot of respect for each other and show support for one another. And I swear to me, Mike Crawford broke my heart today. He really did. I saw pain, frustration, and anger in that young man because of some kind of tiff going on with Shauna on the golf or whatever. I haven't paid attention to what he said, what he's done. So I do know that Mike Crawford said something today about Sean had, um, oh, what is it when you, hold on, Sean uh, doxed, had doxed the Reed family. Why? Why? I think what people need to remember here is this is not a story. This is someone's real life. Can we make stories out of it? Absolutely. Because I'm hoping that any story I make out of it sets an example for people to do the right thing and to find the information in the right places. And if I'm going to give information, I have no problem saying, I'm always saying I got it from Turtle Boy. And like I said, Turtle Boy didn't know me from Adam. I'm a pretty reserved old Nana from Texas. I also understand, and I have to say, uh, I haven't, um, I'm not going to give any thoughts because I don't know this particular creator any longer. I mean, I had a run in with him many, many years ago, but from what I've seen, it seems like he's changed a whole lot, grown, matured, maybe overcome some issues. I don't know, but he seems like a different person. And I understand that the glarer picked up on Turtle Boy when he was just putting the info out, and he started running with this information, and he started doing the fight for Karen Reed. And then Turtle Boy, I'm sorry, Melanie Little, I don't know who, where, or how she or who she started it from, but she did the deep, deep, deep dive. She did all of the pre-motions, and I know this because I followed, Melanie Little and, Recovery Addict in watching the Maya Kowalski case, and, you know, you're always when one case is over, you're always looking ready for the next, except lately, I haven't been because, uh, Karen Reed is on my mind all the time. I did take out time. Sarah Boone, oh my God, and then, Bree Coon. Yeah, I'm on that one. But, it's it's like you're ready for the next, you know, what's next? And Melanie Little started her deep dive into the Karen Reed case. I quit watching her during that time simply because I didn't wanna know anything at all about the Karen Reed case. Nor did I watch her coverage during the Karen Reed trial because I was afraid that she would talk about some of the things that she had knowledge of from all the pre-motions and everything. So I watched the coverage on Emily D. Baker. Melanie Little formed her opinions based on the facts, the evidence, and she's dug very hard. And I know that she's trusted to give the correct information. The whole purpose is one day hoping somebody watches any of us and catches fire onto what's happening to Karen Reed in Massachusetts and blows it out of the water. Everybody, this is history being made, people. This is whether you understand it or not, this is history being made. For you people out there that are younger and you're involved in this, you're going to be raising children that talk about this in the history books. If you're older than that, maybe it's gonna be your grandchildren. But this has become so much bigger than just Karen Reed because apparently Canton can do anything they want. There is some kind of trickery going on in Canton, Massachusetts. And the problem is Karen Reed said, "No, you're not doing it to me. I'm innocent." And because of that, I don't really understand how anybody personally could. Okay, so you're friends with Turtle Boy and you're riding this horse and you're doing show after show after show, and then all of a sudden you've turned and it seems like you're more supporting the people that don't support Karen Reed. You're doing things that are hurtful for Karen Reed and her family. Haven't they been through enough? Aren't they going through enough? One of the prayers that I've had, I hope it does get answered, but one never knows, right? I pray that they have some peace, some answer, some victory before the holidays. And they're right around the corner. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. And then we're going to have Christmas. I think it's time this family is able to hold each other and know that they're safe. I had tears streaming down my face on the Vanity Fair article. Karen Reed has her bag packed for if she's ever arrested in the middle of the night. Can you imagine living like that? Knowing that these people are so crooked? Where are the people that can put this out there louder than loud can be? Where's the support for a journalist? Aiden Kearney, Turtle Boy, is a journalist. Where is the support for what he's going through? For the garbage they've tried to do to him? So far, Officer John O'Keefe passed away, was murdered, not by Karen Reed. And we have, let's see, we have Turtle Boy who knows this inside and out. And nobody's bothering to interview him. Nobody's bothering to get behind him as a reporter and say, wait a minute, whoa, 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 stop, stop, stop. Reporters have rights. Their sources should be protected at all cost. Back in the day, that's how it used to be. When I was a little girl, we really had reporters. They really did report the news, the truth. But then you started seeing it where it was not, it was just their opinions that they were supporting. When it turned into the fact of reporters only giving you their opinion being supported or the whatever side their company is on. It really is hard. Even what is it, NBC 10 or 5 or something up there in Boston, you know, I literally called them myself one day and I said, "Hey, um, you have a situation happening in Canton, Massachusetts. Where are you people? Why are they not out there at every town select board meeting?" Oh, well, first of all, they're held by Zoom because the town selectmen or town board or town select or whoever that whatever the hell they call them each other, they're too chicken to do a meeting in public. Only chickens. They're chickens. They're supposed to be representing the town, the people. And what do? They hide from them. But they still make all the decisions they want. They just they don't care what anybody else wants. It's just like that what is it, that McCarthy dude that he was in charge of the Canton police audit. He's a joke. I guess the more crude you are, the better off you do in Massachusetts. But what I really wanted to say is if you've stepped out there, even me, for as little bitty as I am, I mean, these people that I'm talking about, these creators that I'm talking about, they don't know me. They're not going to give me the time of day. Okay, no problem. I don't need them to. My support for Karen Reed has nothing to do with whether the other people that support Karen Reed like me or they don't like me. Whether the people that don't support Karen Reed are ugly or they're not ugly. My support for Karen Reed is I watched the trial and this woman is innocent. You know, for anybody that watched the trial and then decided she was guilty or want to say on that side that she was guilty, might I point you to the day when Mr. Jackson, was it? I'm pretty sure it was Mr. Jackson. Gosh, if it was Mr. Gannetti, I apologize. I got so confused over who was handling who. But let's just say that he stood in that courtroom and he told the judge, as she was being such a smartass. That's right, I'm calling Beverly Canoni a smartass because she truly was. Most disgusting person I've ever seen on a bench. Absolutely abhorrent. But when the defense said to the judge, it was when they were doing the voir dires, and, um, they brought our special guys up, you know. We had one built a rocket, and he enjoyed that. He enjoyed that a whole lot. They were very likable people, very intelligent people, knew what they were talking about. All the defense had was what the FBI gave them regarding that report. That's all they had. All the prosecution had was the same thing. And Beverly wouldn't even let them answer some questions that she should have. But then we all know Beverly wanted a guilty verdict for whatever reason. And whether it was Alan Jackson or David Giannetti, I don't know, but they stood there and said to the judge when she made such a smart ass comment. It was, what was it? It was, um, well, I would assume you'd want to ask them questions too, if in fact you haven't talked to them. Step back, Big B. And I don't mean Big Beverly. I mean the big B, the big, 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 huge B, where the W goes for which. That's what I wanted to say to you. He stood there in that courtroom and he said, "No, I'm not going to ask him any other questions. I don't want to give prosecution two goes at it. Hell, the defense hadn't even had a go at it. I don't know why that they weren't allowed to talk to him, if it was Beverly's order or somebody else's, but so be it. They couldn't speak to him ahead of time. For anybody watching that trial, you saw that argument because it wasn't a pre-motion, it was during the trial. It was a voir dire. And to know that the defense had no clue what else they would say besides what was in that printed report. I mean, they didn't have any qualms putting them on the stand in that capacity because he had no fear that they had any dog in the fight. They weren't trying to cover anything up. They weren't going to get up there and lie about their client. And can you imagine how wonderful it is nowadays when you actually have the privilege to represent someone who's not guilty? Says a lot right there. Those men are going to fight for her to the end because they know she's not guilty. Everybody can see she's not guilty. Anybody who had any doubt in their mind should know that for an attorney to say they're not worried about somebody going up on the stand that they've not spoken to, they're not afraid of the truth. They're not afraid of the truth. Karen Reed has the truth on her side. What they're afraid of is all the lies and garbage that gets brought in, all the shade that's thrown on everything. You know, uh, Lowley stood up there for an entire trial and wasted everybody's time because he didn't have a case to present. He never formed any opinion. I mean, hell, just their timeline doesn't work. But no. Anyway, what I wanted to say, if you support Karen Reed, you do so without caring about if somebody else is supporting her. For example, let me give you an example. Let's pretend that I knew Turtle Boy, okay? Let's pretend that I knew him. And now let's pretend that, I don't know, he got mad at me because it takes a lot for me to get mad. So, um, let's just say he got mad at me and we had a falling out. Let's pretend that happened. Okay. So Turtle Boy doesn't like me anymore, or I'm mad enough and I don't like Turtle Boy anymore. All right, no big deal, right? Doesn't mean I stop supporting Karen Reed. What is the matter with you people? What's wrong with y'all? And anybody that's watching this or even involved in the slightest and has a way to reach out to someone big that can get in touch with someone big with knowledge on this case, be it Turtle Boy, be it the attorneys, and put it out there in the mainstream media, tell the story the way it really is instead of bullshit cover ups where people are trying to make it seem like, oh, there's something there that's not. When you have an attorney who will stand there and tell you they have no fear about what might be said because they know without any doubt their client is innocent. That right there, folks, that should convince you if nothing else did. I'm just saying it's all. Just saying. So, um, I want to say that it didn't take but a very short while, long before the defense got the case. I had already seen enough shenanigans from the prosecution. I was waiting the entire trial. I'm still waiting. They don't have any information. They tried to railroad her. They tried to just blame her, convict her, and toss her away in their little box so everything is done, tidy, and protected. And why? All because she woke up too early. That's a bottom line. Karen Reed is their scapegoat because she woke up and she realized John was not home. That's what she's guilty of because she found him before some strangers did. See, the plan all along, in my humble opinion, was blame it on the plow driver, blame it on the plow truck driver, blame it on Lucky. They had to have a plan for when they put his body out front. There's so much wrong with this case. We'll start off with what do you normally do when you come upon a crime scene? You take a million pictures. How do police officers with 20 plus years of service get by with saying, well, I didn't know it was a crime scene? Are you crazy? You're crazy, right? Because how did it have splatters of blood near him? What, 15 feet from the curb and 10 or 15 feet from the house in a blizzard-like conditions. That if Karen Reed would have hit him at 12:30 in the morning, people would have seen it, people would have seen him. There's no way you would have missed him laying in the yard. No way. And he would have been pretty well buried in that snow. So, folks, the bottom line is I hope that people that don't know about this case don't come across any of you people that have gotten mad at Turtle Boy and now say Karen Reed is guilty. Or you've been well known, very vocal, supporting Karen Reed, and now you're very vocal in trying to destroy her. It's very plain to see it's because somewhere along the lines you got angry at somebody because it's not that you found the truth that would convince you of that because there's nothing that can convince me that she's guilty. Everything the Commonwealth's touched is tainted. We have no pictures of that vehicle prior to it becoming in Proctor's possession. Bottom line. That right there should have thrown so much shade. I mean, good Lord Almighty. let me put it to you this way. In a murder investigation, they take I mean, they probably take thousands, hundreds, I don't wanna stretch it by thousands, hundreds of pictures of just a specific area where a person is seen or found. They get every little thing in a picture. Why? Because it's evidence. Yet they went to pick up Karen Reed's vehicle because they thought that the taillight had damage and that was their big to do. And you are going to tell me what in the world that they took no pictures. So my little mind is as it is without the knowledge and not being retired from any law enforcement offices is what it is. I get my information from the pretrial motions. I get them from the documents, and I believe what Turtle Boy puts out. So, if nothing else, if anybody runs across this video and you're on the fence or you don't know, or you're trying to decide who to believe and who to support in this stupid fight that someone has started in a manner that now it's affecting the Reed's family. Really? Why don't you pop the top on your beer, son, and have a seat? Stop it. Just stop it. All of y'all stop it. Just stop fighting. Stop being ugly. And somebody like Mike Crawford almost has tears in his eyes. That man is a very caring man. You know, Turtle Boy and them have all tried to be very diplomatic about this person. Apparently, he's a little lost right now for whatever reason. I hope he either finds his way back and they make up or whatever the deal is, or he feels, um, I don't know, important again, or whatever it is he's got to have the feel goods for. You can tell the story without elaborating and lying about it. The story in itself says it all. Just put the facts out. Stop the fighting. If you support Karen Reed, support her. If you don't support her and you used to support her, have enough respect to just shut up. I hope you all have a good night, and I hope that the people that support Karen Reed and Turtle Boy do so very strongly. And I hope somebody with a really loud, big, huge group of people that listen to them will get involved. Talk to Turtle Boy, look at the facts, put it out there. All you have is YouTubers doing it. The news is too chicken. Kinda like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, right? You watch it, and then you go back, and then you realize that, "Oh my gosh, what I just watched on TV, what I just watched on that trial, I'm watching a newsman say I didn't see it." That's what you got right here. It needs to stop. Just stop. People have so much work to do to fight the evil. Why would you wanna be part of the evil? Well, I hope you have a good night. I hope if you're struggling with trying to decide how to be the right kind of person, you make up your mind in the right kind of way. And I, for one, would like to see the Reeds given some peace. So that's all I got to say. Bye.